Good morning, guys. All right, so kind of a weird morning this Wednesday. We got a few decent movers here. We have CVM, we have PSTG, CVM gapping up from 162 to 169. Overall, small gap up, but it went up from.
Good morning,
Oh,
guys.
I always have the echo on my computer. But CVM went up from 114 all the way to the 160 area during market hours yesterday, about break even today in pre-market. So we'll see where that one goes. We got PSTG, Pure Storage Inc. Excuse me, gapping up from 2201 to 2474. Looks okay. We got Keys, KEYS, gapping up from 60.44 to 69.48. It's about $9 gap up there. We have NEWA, NEWA, gapping up from 860 or 926 actually to 1028. So we got NEWA gapping up some. We have LZB, EXAS, UXIN, PSTG, all gapping up. Wait, did I forget my coffee? Oh no, there it is. Okay. All right. Good morning, Missouri. Huguetes, Fizzle, Callum, what's up, brother? Arian's World, what's up, brother? Charles Morris, good morning. NYC, good morning. Abdul, good morning. Eroy, good morning. What's up, guys? Oh, man. All right, so. All right, so 2 green days this week thus far. Last week was pretty good. Last week I had 3 out of 4 profitable days. The week before that, I had 4 out of 5 profitable days, I think, if I remember correctly. I'll have to go back and look at the old streams, but I think it was 4 out of 5. And all those are traded live on stream. Can't hide anything. We'll see how today goes. Hopefully I can keep this green streak going. But yeah, it's definitely time to raise this sizing a little bit here. Mitch isn't going to be able to stream today, guys. Mitch has work today. And so from what he said he's either going to try to log on real quick. And he's going to try to log on real quick and get his trades done so he can win the TradeNet challenge. Or he's going to give me his login info and then let me try to trade for him and see if I can get him over that $500. And so we'll see what happens here. Good morning, Tiny. Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Zach. Huguetes, Brian. What's up, guys? All right, so still kind of looking. Give me a second. GEVO, GEVO is still going to be on my list as well. What was the other one yesterday? CRON. Cron has an okay day, and then CGC. I'm going to have to put those on 5-minute charts. Those are both still up a decent amount. What was the other one? I can't remember the other one. But not a bad day thus far today, guys. Keys, PSTG. Oh, wait, I have PSTG twice. All right, we got EXAS with a huge gap up as well. So we'll see where some of these go. LLEX. Don't like that one as much. We got GEVO, WMLP. Looks okay. All right, so let's see if any of these are actually tradable. I'll go ahead and post my watch list to the chat. Sorry about that, guys. Completely forgot. I also got to post it on Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, I hope he does too, man. He's been working hard. He's been doing really good towards it, man. You know, if you followed along with Mitch's trades, right? Mitch has had like something crazy, like 8 green days in a row. you know, like something ridiculous, like 8 green days in a row. And he's actually doing it too. Like, you know, it sounds like he's lying, but he's really not, because he's been on the stream every day calling out the same stocks he gets in, you know, showing me his screen when he can. He shows you how much he's made on the TradeNet challenge. And so, yeah, I mean, it would be a shame if he didn't win the free account after going on a run like he has in the last 10 days or so, you know. All right, oh man, I forgot to call Manny yesterday. I was supposed to call Manny. Manny, if you're listening, brother, sorry, I forgot to call you yesterday. Let's see. Good morning, James. What's up, brother? All right, so let's see how many of these are actually tradable today. All right, so I know Fizzle asked me if NEWA was tradable, and it is tradable this morning. So CVM is not. The one on the top left, that one's not. EXAS is. Keys is. LZB is. UXIN is. PSTG is good. GEVO is. BITA is good. Cron is, and CGC is. All right, so yeah, that's one stock out of my watch list wasn't tradable. That's CVM. I'm just gonna have to move on and look at something else here. We got EXAS. We have GEVO. Maybe look at GEVO here. What do I want to put on this list? Cron. Maybe I'll watch Cron there. Charles, to get my watch list early, you just log on to SnapTrade and look at your watch list section, and you go to, I think I call it mine, Morning Watch. I've shared it with you. It's called Morning Watch. And so you go to your SnapTrade account, and you log on, and you go to watch list, and you just click on my watch list, which is called Morning Watch. And then you'll see all the stocks I'm watching. CVM isn't tradable. So the way TEFs and TradeNet work, really it's TEFs, but they're TradeNet's partnering broker. The way it works is if a stock has less than 500,000 shares traded in a 3-month period, it's usually not tradable, right? And so these days we had a spike. I don't know if it got over 500,000, but it doesn't look like it. It may have, but they just didn't. The volume's been too low. You can see the last 10 days, the volume was just extremely low here. And so it probably just had low volume. They haven't added it, which happens. I mean, that's common, you know. That's the biggest problem I have with TEFs and TradeNet is that some stocks aren't tradable. And it's frustrating, but, you know, I think enough stocks are tradable for me to make it still worth my while, you know. Good morning, Tyrell. Okay, so I'm trying to find one. I guess UXIN I can replace this one with. Yeah, I'll just go with UXIN. All right, but yeah, everything else is tradable. One out of 12 isn't bad, you know. 1 out of 12 stocks isn't bad. Speaking of that, let me go share my watch list with Twitter and Facebook. But yeah, Mitch won't be able to join us today, at least I don't think he will. What's the date? 8/22. There we go. Oh, sorry, James. I'm just now seeing your tweet, brother. Your tweet 2 days ago. I'm just now checking my Twitter. It's been a while, man. Nice. 856 gains. $856 gain. Nice, brother. That's you, isn't it, James, on Twitter? That showed me your screenshot. Awesome job, bro. Awesome job, man. Just now checking your Twitter. Just now checking my tweets here. It's been a while. It's been a day or two since I checked them. But yeah, good job, brother. You did awesome, man. Nice game. That's a good game, bro. All right. Anyways. So this morning's a little weird. There's not that many cheap movers. Most of these movers are a little bit more expensive, but that's okay. I just need to adjust my share size to deal with that, and that's fine, you know. Honestly, though, like my confidence is there. You know what I mean? Like even if, hold on, okay. I was gonna say honestly though, my confidence is there, man. Like even in the last 3 weeks, I've done extremely well trading, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or whatever you want to say, but I've done really well trading, and I'm really excited about it. Um, and so just got to keep it up. I feel like I found a setup with an edge. You know what I mean? I feel like this setup has a legit edge, and it's not even just the accuracy or reliability of this VWAP fade setup. It's the fact that it has good risk reward most of the time, and I think that's one of the biggest things that I've changed is I'm analyzing the risk to reward in every trade. At least I tried to in every trade, and so I think that is one of the biggest reasons that it's been doing well, and Mitch and I have been making money trading, and at this point now it's just about scaling up and trying to take bigger gains out of the market. I think that's the next logical step, is to try to scale up our accounts regardless of whether, there's a few different routes Mitch and I can take to scale up these accounts now that we've been consistently profitable. One of them is to slowly move up in sizing, increasing our share size week after week until we get up to like 500 shares and then just stay there. And another way is just to, I have some money. I can get another TradeNet account if I need to and just kind of take the swing, go for like 1,000 shares, try to build up a quick cushion on it. And either way is fine, I think. I'm leaning a little bit more towards moving up my sizing week after week to kind of slowly get used to it. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. But honestly, I think either way is fine. Yeah, man, that's an awesome trade, James. Nice work, brother. Nice work, man. Yeah, no worries, James. Yeah, no worries, brother. Happy to help, man. Sorry, guys, my voice is cracking a little bit this morning. It's probably because I stream every day, and maybe I'm losing my voice a little bit. All right, so a lot of these are tradable. We'll see where these go. Going to be looking for that VWAP fade that I always look for. Let me have my phone. Oh, Mitch texted me this morning. Mitch said, won't be able to make it on till like 9:25. We'll just take one trade and leave. If I make some money, I'll send you the account info and you can keep trading it for me. I'm gonna see. Let me see if he's gonna be on the stream. If he is, I can share his screen and let you see kind of his stuff. Good morning, Jose. What's up, brother? Good morning, man. Man, my Mac computer is going out. How many shares you trade now? Tyrell, I probably trade 1 to 200. This week I'm trying to use 300 if I can. And that's only for stocks under $10. The stock has to be under $10 if I'm going to use 300 shares. If the stock's like $40 or $50 stock, I know yesterday I bought 50 shares, but the stock was like 70 something dollars or something like that. And so that, I don't think that was wrong. And I made $30 yesterday. And so, before when I was using tiny sizing, like really, really small sizing, my average gain was like $6-7. Lately, the last week and a half, I've been making, $30 gains, $35 gains, $20, $30 gains. And so I've upped my sizing some. And, now I just need to kind of continue that by just slowly increasing my sizing day after day to try to get used to it and kind of scale up some. Yo, Mr. Eric, what's up, brother? From South Florida, what's up, TF? Good morning, bro. Good morning, Jason. Yeah. Hey, I mean, Mitch and I trust each other, man. Like he knows that he knows that we're both good traders. You know what I mean? And Mitch and I are different traders, though. Like, we're better at different stuff. Mitch does really well about holding on and managing his trade well. And I do really well at, like, identifying the setups, you know. But Mitch does, too. And so we're both good at different stuff. Momo. Oh, yeah, I didn't even see Momo. Appreciate it. Is this one of the ones that always moves in after hours, though? Oh, no, this is a big move from Momo. Yeah, appreciate that, Arian's World. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, it just takes time. I mean, honestly, I'm still not, like, I'm confident in my trade ideas just because, you know, I've built up a nice little, you know, profitable few weeks here. But, you know, some trades are going to go against you. That's fine. It just has to be good risk reward. You know, that's the main thing. So yeah, so real quick, let me pull up. Not again. All right, so today's news and stocks were brought to you by SnapTrade. That's SNAPTRADE.US. Let's see. Let me pull it up here. All right, SnapTrade's been lagging in the morning, and maybe it may have something to do with just the amount of people that are on there. There might be a bunch of people on there, and so it's lagging a little bit. I'll have to wait to go back to SnapTrade because it's lagging a little bit here. Yeah, appreciate it, Tidy. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Um, yeah, I mean, I was talking to Mitch about it. Mitch and I text each other. He has like my cell phone number, and so, you know, we kind of strategize and text each other and stuff. And like one thing that like, you know, regardless of what anybody says, you know, I get a lot of haters on YouTube. I get a lot of people that, you know, that just kind of hate on my channel, even though you know, I offer everything for free. I don't charge anybody for anything. I try to be as honest as possible. I think everybody kind of knows that. Even with, you know, even with like, you know, if you sign up through TradeNet, I make a commission from it. But I still try to be honest with you about it. I tell you I make a commission from it. And then I also tell you that TradeNet's biggest flaw is that some stocks aren't tradable. And so I just try to be transparent and honest with people about stuff. But you still get haters. I think you're on the internet. Haters are going to happen. But one thing the haters can't say is that I'm a bad trader. You know what I mean? If you watch me in the last 2 months, they can't really say I'm a bad trader. I've had, you know, more profitable days than I've had losing days. And, you know, 90% of traders can't be, you know, 90% of traders aren't profitable. You know what I mean? And so regardless of what they want to hate on and what they want to say, they can't really say I'm a bad trader, you know? And so, you know, they can say whatever they want, you know? What's up, Track Racer? How you doing, brother? South Florida? Yeah, Track Racer. Hey, brother, I'm in Texas, man. I'm in South Texas, dude. And so I wouldn't really say it feels good outside either, you know? A few weeks ago, I got back from Michigan. It actually felt great up there, man. Woke up in the morning, it's like 60 degrees in Michigan. It's crazy, you know? Felt great up there. All right, so let's go over the news really quick. Just to get that done. Sorry, pulling up the news, guys. Hey man, Arian's World, don't worry about it, brother. You either, Callum, brother. Callum, I know your channel's still small. Everybody go check out Callum's channel. Callum live trades his or live streams his, not live stream. Callum films his trades and uploads them to YouTube, and so go check it out. I'll post your link, Callum. I'll post yours too, Arian's World. Oh wait, let me do this real quick. If you guys want to check out a free scanner on YouTube, go check out Arian's World. Free scanner right there. So if you want a free trade idea scanner on YouTube and see it, go check that out. Also, Callum. Wait, sorry. I'm trying to look for your channel, bro. What is it, Callum Parker? I can't remember your last name, bro. I don't want to go all the way back there. Yes, it is. Callum Parker. Okay, yeah. Callum uploads his trades to YouTube, so if you want to watch him trade too, go check out Callum's channel. I'll post the link here as well. Go check him out. Go subscribe. Go check out both of those links. That's Arian's World and Callum. Go check them out. But yeah, guys, you guys are going to get a lot of haters. You know, both of y'all's channels are still pretty small, but as your channel grows, you know, it's going to grow faster. As you get bigger, it's going to grow faster. You're going to get haters, man, especially you, Callum. Arian's World, you're probably going to get haters too, but Callum, since he's uploading his trades, he's definitely going to get haters. You know, and you just got to ignore him. You know, trading makes people emotional, and, you know, they take out their frustrations with trading on everybody, including you. You know what I mean? So just stick with it, brother. You'll do okay. All right, but yeah, let's look up the news. No, I really do, man. I actually think it's funny. Like, I get some haters and they get mad at me, but, you know, it's funny. A lot of times, like, when the haters come the most is, like, the other day Manny donated $200 to me, right? And, you know, so he donated $200 to me, and then I have the Snap Trade sponsor. You know, when people see that, they really, really hate on me. You know, they get so mad. That's when I get the most dislikes on my videos, and it's like, look, man, you know, they can hate as much as they want. That's fine. Like, I'm not telling anybody to do any of this stuff. Like, they're choosing to do it because they see value in my content. You know, that's not, you know, you can't get mad at me for that. But I think it just makes people butthurt, you know. All right. So I'm starting to ramble here. Let me go to the news. Today's news is brought to you by SnapTrade. That's SNAPTRADE.US. Manny, what's up, brother? Hey, man. Sorry I didn't call you back yesterday. I completely forgot, man. I completely forgot, bro. I'll give you a call a little. I have a conference call today at 11 a.m. So I'll give you a call at like 1 p.m. today, Central Time, Manny. Sorry about that, bro. You're right. Corey says, John, you're too nice to have a hater. I know, man. I try to be nice to everybody. Like, I don't even talk bad. I don't talk bad about other streamers. I don't talk bad about other YouTube channels. You know, if I do say something negative that I see online, I don't even say their name. I don't even mention names. You know, so people can hate, but I think that's just human nature, you know, to hate on people. Dare I say jealousy, maybe envy, you know, whatever they want to say, you know, whatever they're butthurt about, let them be butthurt, you know. Yeah, misery loves company. Right, for sure, Track Racer. Like, one thing that's funny is, like, I have two groups of, like, chronic haters, right? These people, like, dislike every single video I upload. And I think it's funny, though, because dislikes don't really mean anything. It doesn't negatively affect, like, how many people see it. And so they're actually having to click on my videos to dislike it. So they have to watch my video or at least click on it to dislike it. And so I think that's funny that they're still taking the time to, like, watch my video, which probably helping me more than it's hurting me. Anyways, I'm rambling again. Back to the news. All right. So first one I'm looking at is NEWA. I think that one looks that's one of the most interesting looking ones. I think a lot of these are going to be earnings, just because they're more. A lot of times when the more expensive stocks gap up like this, it's earnings. This one may be moving on no potential news. Yeah, NEWA is up, or, you know, it's moving for no. It's not moving from anything. Let me see. Hold on. All right, so yeah, actually, NEWA lost nearly 70% on Tuesday, so yesterday. It's not on any notable news from all this craziness. The company even acknowledged it in a press release yesterday, that stated it's not aware for the recent volatility in the stock. And so NEWA, no known catalyst, huge drop yesterday and no known catalyst. And so it's back up. We'll see where this one goes. That one's interesting. Also looking at UXIN. UXIN. All right, so it sounds like UXIN was an earnings play. All right, so it posts a wider second quarter loss in earnings versus the street view, but revenue increased year over year, and so that's what's causing UXIN to move. It was earnings release, and so you can see it's about break even in pre-market from 624 to 633. We'll see where that one goes as well. Also looking at EXAS, you can see it's the top right chart. It's sitting right at $60 even now. All right, so it has news on a collaboration with Pfizer on Cologuard. Yeah, it's up after the company said it will collaborate with Pfizer. They're co-promoting Cologuard, COLOGUARD. It's the first and only FDA-approved non-invasive stool DNA screening test for colorectal cancer. So that's pretty cool for EXAS. They're partnering with Pfizer on that. We'll see where this one goes. Gapping up a decent amount. You know, what is that? Gapping up 20% here. It looks like from 50 to 60. And so that's a pretty big move here. Next one I'm looking at is Momo, MOMO. All right, so second quarter earnings came out. They beat the street expectations. And the quarter three sales are better than the street view as well. And so good earnings for Momo. Bottom right. We'll see where that one goes as well. LZB. LZB gapping up from 33.10 to 39. What did this one do yesterday? Do you guys see that? Look at this. Look at this gap. This is just weird. Like, look at this gap. That's why volume is important. You know, it's because no volume, crazy gap. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about LZB. Let's look it up. All right, so Lazy Boy, which is LZB, reported strong first quarter financial results. So it's good earnings. It's Lazy Boy. I remember them. I used to have one of their recliners. PSTG. PSTG gapping up from 22 to 24.80. Pure Storage. I knew it was some type of storage company. I could remember. All right, so yeah, they announced that the company, the quarterly earnings beat the analyst expectations, and they also announced the acquisition of Store Reduce on Monday evening. And so an acquisition of Store Reduce, I'll have to look a little bit further in that. But good earnings as well for PSTG. Looking at GEVO, this one moved a lot yesterday. I know Mitch traded this one once or twice. You can see it's at $4 even, gapping up from $3.95. I have to come back for this one. I don't see any news out on this one, on GEVO, so we'll watch it. And then CGC and Kron were both cannabis-related stocks that were moving yesterday. And so, yeah, that's my list today. Not too bad. We'll see where some of these go here. Man, this is like the perfect name for a stock. Momo, like momentum. Anyways, going back to the chat. Oh, Z and GA Outsiders and Track Racer. Oh, nice, man. Appreciate it. I didn't even see this one, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, I do like Z and GA, and I know it's tradable. Yeah, and so I like this one. We'll see where this one goes. I'll look for a short. Appreciate that. I didn't even notice this one, man. So appreciate it. Let me know if you guys see any other cheaper stocks. I really like cheaper stocks. FCAU. All right, let me catch back up on the chat. Hey, it's Mitch. It's Mitch. Hold on. Hey, what's up, brother?
What's up? What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, give me 1 second. I gotta go get my headphones so there's not an echo in the chat. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna be on mute anyways, alright?
Okay.
I'll let you know if I get off, alright?
All right. All right, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta go run and grab some headphones since Mitch is here. All right, all right. So I'm back. Let me get these headphones all set up. Oh yeah, guys. Sorry, I've also been kind of slacking on keeping up with the subscribers, and so I appreciate it. Yuval, DC Hawk, Vibe, appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, guys. All right, Mitch, I'm back. If you're still there, bro. But I think Mitch is at work. He's gonna try to squeeze it in. But yeah, so looking at a few of these, they're not too bad here.
At least, gotta go ahead and listen to John.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, brother, you got this today, Mitch. You got this, brother. Just take a big swing. That's all you can do, but you got it, man. Just look for good setups. All right, all right. So, all right, let me jump back on the chat. Appreciate that, Track Racer. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I do take the hate as a compliment, man. That's what I need to do. What's up, Manny? That's right, butthurt, KC Mac. Yeah, jealousy is flattery, man. You know, I don't want to say they're super jealous. I think, I don't know. Yeah, hate, exactly, Tiny. That's exactly what it is. Like, haters, it's not even that they hate themselves, it's that they're insecure within themselves, right? And so, if you look at the psychology behind it, like, people, like, any type of criticism people give you is usually because, at least, like, kind of out there criticism is usually because people are insecure about themselves, and it makes them feel better to kind of criticize other people. You know what I mean? And that's what you get a lot on the internet because it's anonymous. There's a lot, they have that anonymity factor here and people can just kind of hate on everybody and it doesn't really, there's no consequence for it because, it's anonymous, right? And so people that are really insecure will just go around hating on everybody on the internet. If people are insecure traders, they'll go around hating on every trader they see on the internet. And so that's just kind of how it goes, kind of comes with the territory, I think. Exactly. Haters are the ones that don't study and just jump in. 100%. Exactly, man. Most people, it's not even disciplined, Callum. I think most traders, I think the traders that are successful just persevered through it, right? Like, I think trading can be so soul crushing. You know what I mean? Like, it hurts, like you jump in, you get excited, you try to learn how to trade, you jump in the market, you lose tons of money and it just really, really hurts. And the people that end up being profitable traders are the people that persevere through it, the people that, it's fine if they lose money and they just keep trying. Because a lot of times, like, people will learn to trade some, they'll jump in the market, they'll lose tons of money, and then they'll quit. And they'll say it's rigged, or they'll say whatever they want to say. They'll say it can't be done, or that it's a sham or a scam. That's also when you get people hating on me or hating on anybody else on YouTube, is they think we're all a scam, they think we're all working together, or whatever they want to say. I've had a lot of accusations with weird stuff like that, but, it's just... It's just the insecure, man. You know, and to be successful at trading, you just got to stick with it. It's not gonna be, get rich quick scheme. It's gonna be something that you're gonna have to work on for, probably at least a year, in my opinion. At least, but you may be able to get it done faster. Appreciate it, Joe. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, man. Hopefully it will, brother. That's right, Manny. Hey, appreciate that, Corey Hannon. Yeah, I try, brother. I try, man. Appreciate it, John. Appreciate it, who get this. Right, they live to dislike my videos, Jason. It's actually funny, man. Because disliking doesn't really do anything. And so they're just taking the time out of their day to go dislike my videos, even though it really doesn't do anything. Yeah, Nua gapping down, watching that one. What's up, Live Gains?
All
Good morning,
right,
brother.
so what's top watch? Top watch. 2
Uh,
minutes.
ZNGA and NEWA, I'd say. There's a lot of...
I need the top. You got to give me one. What am I watching?
I'd watch ZNGA.
ZNGA.
Yep.
All right, big dog.
All right.
Nice. $4 stock.
Yep. You
You
can take
got
some,
like 2,000 shares.
right, you can take some bigger sizing with it. There's also, you could also look at NEWA. I'm not trying to confuse you here, but I'm kind of torn on which one I like more, is what I'm saying. And so
Okay.
NEWA, it's gapping up, but it had a horrible day yesterday, and so I don't know.
NEWA, you said?
Yeah, NEWA.
All right. Just let me know at the open if you see anything move drastically, guys, because that's going to be the one that I'm just going to slam in there. Also, John, if you see something, just move anything fast, let me know.
Gotcha.
Just probably slam onto it and see what happens.
Yeah, just no pressure, brother. No pressure, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, the pressure was yesterday. I was trying to make it yesterday, guys, but, wasn't
Right.
able to make it.
You
That's
got
all
this,
you can
bro.
do.
You got this, bro. And if not, man, you'll be fine, brother. Like we're you've had like 10 green days in a row or whatever your crazy number is, and so you'll be
Yep.
fine, man.
See, the important levels are going to be that 405, and then if it can get over 420 here.
Yeah, hey, Milano, yeah, no spamming in the chat. You can say you can say it once, don't keep saying it. No worries though. You're new, but yeah, just don't keep posting that. All right, market opens up in 5 seconds, guys. Sorry, I can't catch back up on the chat. I'll have to do it later. All right, there's the bell. All right, so ZNGA is right above the VWAP. Looking for it to tank underneath here. NEWA spiking up. The problem with NEWA is that it's so extended on the downside. Like this thing dropped from $30.70 all the way down to $8 yesterday on no news, on no catalyst. All right, we got Lazy Boy dropping some here. LZB is the ticker. LZB. Lazy Boy dropping. Oh yeah, no worries, Milano. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Milano. Yeah, no worries. 400% CFBK. Let's check it out. You've convinced me. CFBK. CFBK is just not moving at all. It's just no volume. It looks like OTC stock as well. No, it's NASDAQ. All right.
I missed it. I missed the short on NEWA. That was it.
Oh, look, there's
God damn
that
it.
little upwick, man. That little bitty upwick, dude. That was the good one too, man. Look at Lazy
know.
Boy. Lazy Boy. Lazy Boy. LZB. Look at that Lazy Boy here, guys. UXIN is just making a massive take here. Look at that Lazy Boy spiking up. Can I get in? Let's see what's 37, 38. I don't know what sizing to take with this one. I'm just gonna ignore Lazy Boy right here. There goes Nua, man. Look at that drop. This thing's getting hammered. Thank you. Yeah, there goes Lazy Boy. I just didn't know what sizing to take, but that was the move right there. The problem is the spread's like 50 cents. I'm not trying to toy with that. It's too crazy. But that was a nice little fade there. I mean, if Nua spikes up here, who knows? But yeah, look at Lazy Boy. I'm looking at PSTG. PSTG. See if it can drop under this VWAP area. Yeah, PSTG. Looking for a spike back to the VWAP on PSTG. Man, Z and GA just didn't end up doing anything, man. It's just silent. But yeah, look at PSTG here. And I'm also still looking at Lazy Boy. It's just a little spready and sketchy. But looking at PSTG, it just broke under the low here, under the low of the day.
There.
On on Nua.
Yeah, I had it out there. I
Look
just
at
didn't get filled.
PSTG. Waiting for a pullback to the VWAP on PSTG. And there's also Lazy Boy, which is still kind of doing it. I could see Lazy Boy dropping, but the spread's too crazy for me. Oh no, you're good, Milano. I understand. Like, you know, you were just trying to let us know about it. No worries. You're fine. Yeah, PSTG here. PSTG. There goes Nua.
Man, if I would have got the 1067, I would have made the money, guys. I would have already been up near $1,000. That's so annoying.
BITA. BITA. Looks okay. Spiking back to the VWAP here. But it looks like a long setup, actually. Lazy Boy. Spread's just too gnarly. PSTG is one I'm still watching. Look at UXIN, Mitch. UXIN. I mean, it's still a long way off from the VWAP on UXIN, but it's starting to look better on UXIN. There goes Lazy Boy. Yeah, I was right about it. All right, UXIN at $6 here. I don't know about the risk to reward here. That's the problem. The only good risk to reward is if I set the stop at the VWAP. It's at $6. It would have to get up to $6.17 for me to want to jump in. I could set my risk at $6.25. Yeah, look at UXIN, Mitch. UXIN. I'm jumping in with 200 shares right here. Oh no, the spread's 8 cents, man. I don't want to be down $20 immediately. That's a little bit better. Man, come on, man. Don't do this to me. UXIN looks like the best setup right now for me, though. I just gotta find a way to enter this thing. Just didn't quite give me that entry. Nua PSTG ended up spiking, and LZB had the most beautiful VWAP fade ever too. Man, I'm missing them today. They're happening. All right, here goes UXIN here. Okay, now the spread just got absolutely ridiculous too. Spread spikes up to 15. I don't mind UXIN, but just the spread, man. The spread is just too crazy. It looks like a really good setup. 12-cent setup. I'm gonna jump in with 100 shares. Try to do this. What? Okay. Market.
Alright, shorted there. NEWA at 1030s. 1030s. I'm just gonna let the position just ride out, guys. I'll probably be back in like 10 minutes. See where it goes.
All right, I'm in UXIN. I'm gonna set my stop at 625. Good luck with that one, brother.
All right, if it works, it works. If not, so be it, man. So be it.
We
All
got
right, I'm
12.
gonna put myself on mute, but still listen to you, John. So go ahead and do your thing, man.
Okay. Whoa! I just got caught in a spike here. I got out for a $26 gain on UXIN. Faked me out. It hurts. It hurts. But it happens. I think my green streak is finally done. Good thing I only took 100 shares with that one though. No, Netron, $26 loss, brother. Which is fine. You know, I'm still trying to think. I don't know whether I want to get into anything else or not because that's not a huge loss on the day. It's a small loss overall. It basically cancels out my loss or my win from yesterday. There you go, Mitch. There you go, brother. There goes NEWA washing out some. We'll see if we can get a bigger wash. Yeah, it's okay, guys. Like, losses are going to happen. I'm getting better at handling my losses, and I think that's important. I'm watching Momo here for a pullback to the VWAP. Momo, M-E-O-M-O-M-O. The biggest thing I have to stop myself from doing on losing days, though, is I have to stop myself from forcing trades. You know, like it's really tempting to say, okay, well, I have this $26 loss. You know, let me jump in another trade, and try to win back those initial losses. And I don't think that's good. I think that's not how you want to approach things. All right, we got CGC pulling back to the VWAP there. Completely missed that VWAP fade on CGC. I'm kind of bummed out about that one. CGC had a great VWAP fade, and so did no, Kron didn't, but CGC did. If I do take another trade, it's going to be really small sizing. Like I don't want to compound my loss here. Look at that lazy boy though. LZB, lazy boy. I would jump in it, but man, these spreads are crazy, man. I don't want to get hit with these spreads. Spreads are like 30, 40 cents. They're just too gnarly for me. Yeah, UXIN. Looking at it, it's a little shady. With new NEWA, it's got to get under. It's. I want to see it hold resistance under this 1075 level. It's kind of got to do that. Honestly, I'm watching kind of. So Mitch is in NEWA. I can't remember where he said his entry was.
All right, guys. So I'm looking back here, guys, and this is probably when I would have won a short on
NEW.
NEWA,
What's
but
your
I was already in it, so I'm just holding the position, guys. I need to break pretty much down there, break down the VWAP fade. If not, I'm not gonna make the account. If it goes up and it goes bullish, I won't make the account. But if it goes underneath that $10 and breaks the support there, I'll probably make the account. So I'm just gonna let it go.
what's your entry?
It's 1030s.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I rushed into it. I tried to hit 67s earlier in the day, but just didn't hit. And I tried to hit 10 at the open. I tried to hit 1150s. You know, being on this laptop, no mouse, it's just completely uncomfortable, and the speed that I had to take this trade. But I'm not gonna stress it. Just let it go. If it works, it works. If not, oh well.
Yeah, you're straight, brother. Just let her. Just let her. I mean, what's your
Yeah, put it
sizing?
this way. I would never do this. I would never do this actual trade.
Right.
Let's just say that.
What's your sizing?
950 shares.
Okay. I say so. You're
So,
down 950.
it's 597.
Yeah. I mean, you still got. I mean, it still has that chance, bro. You know.
I mean, I'm just gonna let it go. If it comes down at the end of the day, it comes down. I'm just gonna hold it, see when it comes down. If not, then it'll be up there in the 12s. I'll let it go.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all you can do sometimes.
Yep.
Especially, I mean, what I should have done is taken a little bit yesterday, got a little closer. Maybe only had to make 100, pass it on to John today. But I
Yeah.
wasn't thinking about that yesterday. I tried to push for the 500. I think I could have made 400 yesterday, but I got to the point where I was in the 250s, and I kept trying to make another 250.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to make another $100, and there was a couple times where I had $45 in the unrealized, and I didn't take it just because I was like, get to that 100 at least.
Right.
But that's how it goes.
Trading's a
I'm
mental
at the
game,
end
bro.
of the day, happy that I'm 10 days green, and today's really not a trading day. So if this trade doesn't go green, I'm not really gonna take it as a red or a green day because it doesn't really matter whatever the hell happens with this. This is not trading strategy. This is
Yeah.
trading absolutely insanity.
This is under pressure trading, and that's never good. You know. So don't worry about it, bro. You got this, man. Appreciate the subs, Ayan, Thean, Ubirth, man. Hard to pronounce names, guys. But welcome, guys. Appreciate you guys coming here. Looking at Lazy Boy, looking at Momo here. Looking at Kron. Kron looks okay. CRON. Cannabis stock. If Kron gets up to this 795 level, I'll consider shorting it. Up to 801. 100 shares. Taking it slow. I'm only allowed to trade twice in the day, guys. That's one of the rules I made. Let me see. Why does it do this, man? I've been having to mark it into my orders. Alright, I'm in with 100 shares on Kron. My entry is 788, so I'm break even at this point. Yeah, appreciate the sub, Brian. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. $87, $88. I want to see a bearish trend here, obviously. For Kron, it's down to 87. I want to see a wash back down to the lows here on Kron. $86, $80. Let's see if we can get it down to the low here. Back up to 88, 89. I want to see it hold under 790 here. I mean, there's a little pullback from Mitch down to 1070. All right, there's Kron down to 84. Nice. Let's see if we get a low of the day test. 83, 82, 81. Back up to 84. $82. 81. 80. Nice. Let's see if we get a bigger wash here. 9.
That's my boy John working hard, baby.
Appreciate it, bro. I'm gonna get out for a $7 loss. Oh, $6? It only gave me 6. 20 on the day. I'm just trying to take little scalps here, guys. I'm just trying to minimize my loss on the day. I could have held this one. I think it's gonna bounce off of 77. Moving on. Momo pulling back to the VWAP. Momo looks pretty good here. Should have held, man. Should have held. This is the part I fail at trading in. Not I fail, but this is the part I definitely need to work on. CRON, look at this. Beautiful VWAP fade. Bounce up to that previous support. Would have been a really nice trade at this point. Oh, it hurts. It hurts, guys. I'm getting good at identifying these setups, though. But, man, look at Kron. My entry was 788. I would be up $20 by now. Almost wiping the loss away from the day. But, man, it hurts. It hurts. Kron hurts, man. It hurts. Down to 265. Would have been up $25. Would have completely taken the loss on the day with my 100 shares. But it's okay. Looking at Momo here. Momo doesn't look half bad. MOMO.
So, John, all you got to do is really ask yourself, did you stick to the plan?
No, sir.
All right, so you got your answer. Now
I did
you know
not.
why you didn't make the money.
Right. Hey, I mean, you're 100%
That's how it is,
right.
bro.
Right.
You just look at it and just ask yourself, did I do what I was supposed to do?
No, I did not.
And that's why you didn't make money.
100%.
It's just as simple as that. Sometimes we make it complicated.
Right,
you know?
for sure. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I think since I had a $20-something loss on the day, I was a little.
Pressure started coming.
It's not right. The pressure is exactly the pressure. Like, I didn't want my loss to be huge, and so as soon as I saw a $7-8 gain, I tried to get out. It only gave me $6.
Yeah.
But on some positive news, NEWA.
In here.
On some positive news, though, NEWA, man. Let's see if it holds under this VWAP this time. Doesn't look bad.
Yeah. One of the things is that you can do is start realizing that you have some gains for the week. That loss is not your only money for the week. So calculate your week's money, and let's say you're up like 150 for the week. You can be like, oh well, I lost $20. All right, so I'm still up 130 for the week.
That's nothing. $20 in the grand scheme of things is small.
Exactly.
Like I had a profitable day on Monday. I don't remember how much it was. Yesterday I had a $26 gain or something like that. So I mean, I'm up on the week still, but. That's something I for sure need to work on. I saw the pattern. Look at Kron. Beautiful VWAP fade. If you want to see a bunch of VWAP fades here, look at CGC. Beautiful fade here. Right here. Look at this fade on CGC. If you want to see another one, MOMO had a nice little fade there. So yeah, a few VWAP fades going on. Lazy Boy faded beautifully here. Lazy Boy LZB. And so we've gotten a few of them. What's up, Andre? How you doing, brother? Watching BITA for a possible VWAP rejection at this point. It's breaking underneath the VWAP. BITA. Yeah, cannabis phase. That's right, Andre. That's what it is, bro.
The cannabis fade.
Cannabis fades. UXIN looks to be kind of flagging here. I don't know. UXIN has a very obvious flag pattern right here. Mitch, you building a house over there, bro? What you doing, man?
Pretty much.
Hey, man. Sounds like it.
Man, cleaning, working hard.
Man. Hey, keep working at trading, man. We'll be able to work easy, Keep working, bro. We got this.
Yeah, man. All this sizing up is getting me ready, man.
For sure, bro. You got it, bro. We just got to do what we've been doing the last 3 weeks, man. And we got this, bro. We've been killing it the last 3 weeks, doing extremely well. Net profit week after net profit week. And so we got this, bro. We just gotta stick to our plan, stick to our trades. Get good risk reward. UXIN, I'm kicking myself. It was too close. So I have these kind of subtle little nuances in the trade that let me know whether it's a good or bad trade. I think I rushed into UXIN. The problem with this one is that it was too close to this high of the day right here. And because if it gets up to this high of the day, I'm going to panic and just jump out of this trade. And it could also squeeze up. It could also get halted if it does squeeze up really hard here. And so that's the problem with UXIN. I got in at 613 or something like that, and it just spiked up to that high of the day. But even on a losing day like today, if I would have just held Kron a little bit longer, it would have been fun. Nice, Missouri. Congrats, brother. Congrats, man. $760 profit. What's up, Brendan? How you doing, brother? I did, Track Racer. I did use a market order, bro. Honestly, the last few days has been tough to get a limit order hit. I get it on the ask on a short position, and it just says limit order too close to closing price. And so, yeah, I have to mark it into it. I wouldn't recommend doing that.
John, you gotta hit the bid. That's the only way you're gonna get filled there.
On a short? I guess so, man.
Test blocks you on the ass, so you gotta hit the bid.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, because I just think,
It's the 3-cent spread rule on TIFs.
Okay. So looking at CGC here, right? If you look at CGC, if it spikes up to 37.50, I'll probably jump into it. Yeah, but it has to spike up to 37.50. And this is something I've really noticed that's changed about Mitch and I's trading, is that we don't look for breakouts. You know what I mean? We look for pullbacks. We look for cheap entries. And that's when we get in, instead of looking for breakouts where it breaks the high of the day, and that's when we jump in. That's just too shady. Too much chance of getting squeezed out, too much chance of it failing, too much chance of all these different stuff. And so I look for pullbacks here. Biggest thing I've changed. And risk reward, but pullbacks obviously. Yeah, don't worry. Tiny, listen, man. Or listen, girl, sorry. Sorry I called you man. But yeah, Tiny, every trader's different. You got to find your niche in the market. You know what I mean? And every trader has their niche. I know it's probably really tempting for people to watch Mitch and I trade and say, well, I'm just going to use their strategy. And that's fine. But don't try to copy our exact trades. That's never going to work. You can try to copy our strategy. That's fine. But don't copy our trades, because there's a lag on the YouTube stream and it's just not going to work out for you, I don't think. Look at CGC here spiking up. I need to get up to 37.50 before I jump into it, which it may not do. We're going to see. Kron spiking up to the VWAP at 780s. Don't like it though. I don't know if this one's a good risk to reward trade. Risk 794, reward 777. No, not good risk reward. Watching CGC here. Looks like a good spike back to the VWAP on CGC. Don't know if it's going to get to that level I want to, though. Still waiting. Exactly, Andre. Breakouts get you faked out. That's 100%, man. And I think that's a lot. That's one of the things new traders do wrong as well is they buy the stock right as it breaks the high of the day or the low of the day. And if you've traded for any significant amount of time, you know that you're just going to be getting faked out a ton. Now, if it's a good risk reward trade, that's I'm not saying it's a bad trade, but you know fake outs happen so much on high and low of the day breaks that it's just too risky. That was my old strategy, and as you guys saw, I used to get in right at the low of the day break, and that never worked. It worked sometimes, but you know what I mean. K Squad. I know Weeble has an app. Robin or Weeble has an app. I know. What is it? Shoot, can't think of it. Oh, Thinkorswim has an app that's pretty good. Thinkorswim does. Where is 7? Is that you, 7? TF? Is that you, 7? Oh, there's 7. Sorry. CYTX paid bills. Yeah, I mean, copying traders. I think it's really tempting for new traders to copy other traders, right? But you're never going to build a base for trading if you copy others, right? It's fine to copy their strategy. I do recommend, even if you're copying their strategy, that you back test the crap out of it. You know what I mean? Even if you're copying, even if they say it's profitable, you still want to back test it, regardless of what anybody says. If you back test it and it has an edge, then it's a viable setup. If you just jump right in and just kind of copy people's trades, you're never going to build a base, and you don't know whether it's actually reliable or not. Yeah, I think New was getting squeezed up, brother. It's Snap Trade, Mike. Sorry about that, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let me see if it's So today's news and everything was brought to you by SnapTrade. That's SNAPTRADE.US. Awesome free scanner. You can see it has all these pre-selected scans like high gainer volatile, high gainer penny stocks. It also has a watch list section that allows me to organize and share my watch list with each person. And so if you want my watch list shared to you each morning, you can see I build it on SnapTrade and organize it each morning. Sign up for SnapTrade and send me either your SnapTrade email or your nickname or username on SnapTrade, and I'll add you to the list. I usually share it with people. I try to share it around 8 a.m. But sometimes it may be a little later. But if you want my watch list shared with you earlier in the market day before the stream, let me know. Leave your username or your email for SnapTrade in the chat after you sign up. And yeah, that's SnapTrade, SNAPTRADE.US. Again, it also has this really cool free scanner, and it's what I use to look up the news on stocks. And so, for instance, if I want to see the news on my watch list, I just click watch list here, and it shows me all the recent news. It also has a lot of other really cool features, like if I want to see when earnings came out on keys, I can go to each stock's page. It shows me when earnings came out. It compares it with the overall market. It shows me historical prices. And so a really awesome free scanner. Go check them out. That's SnapTrade, SNAPTRADE.US. Go check them out. I'll go ahead and post the link to SnapTrade here. There's the link. Check them out. All right, Tiny, have a good day. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at CGC here. It just didn't get up to that entry, and it has to get up to my entry, at least up to the 37.40 level. Right here is where it'd have to get up for me to jump in. I'm guessing it'll get squeezed back down to the lows here. We'll see, but kind of missed it. Cron back up to the VWAP area. It's got some resistance here. You can set your risk at 793, so about a 10-cent risk. Potential reward, maybe 760s if you want to be generous. If you don't want to be generous, 776. So it may not be good risk reward at this point. Would have to get up a little bit higher towards this 793 level. 790 looks okay. Maybe the VWAP area at 788 would be decent. Yeah, no worries, Mike. Yeah, Tiny's cool, man. Tiny and NYC, they're kind of OGs in the chat. They're really cool. They've been very supportive, awesome members here. So and appreciate the sub, Galvin. Appreciate the sub, Brian. Welcome, guys. Appreciate it. All right, so Kron is spiking back up there. It got all the way up to 789. I would have, I wouldn't have minded an entry there. Yeah, I think. Somebody asked how Mitch was doing. I think Mitch is probably done with his. He couldn't really trade today, and so he had to just kind of take a quick trade, and it ended up getting squeezed up on him. And so I think Mitch. I don't think Mitch made it for his 5-day challenge, which is fine. Mitch has had like 10 profitable days in a row, and so he still got it, man. But yeah, I don't think he made it for his challenge.
Yeah, what's it up now? It's a 12 or something like that?
It's up to 13, brother.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't want to tell you, man, but yeah.
Yeah.
13,
hey, who knows?
brother.
Maybe by the end of the day, she crashes down.
Hey, just hold it, man. Just hold it. You can
It'll
bag
be until like 4.
Yeah, you can bag hold on this stock. You got an excuse. So just, it may have some resistance at 15, but like I said, the biggest thing with this one is that yesterday this thing dropped, over 60%.
The biggest thing is I missed entries. I saw at one point 1067. If I would have got that fill, it went straight down to underneath 10 after that. So with 950 shares, that would have been the trade right there.
That was the zone. Yeah.
But it really was just not being in the zone and being away from my station. That's why you got to be comfortable, know when you're not comfortable, and
exactly.
You're not going to push it on those days.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, brother. I'm not comfortable today. I mean, it's
Without
Wednesday. Wednesdays are historically
I'll never
there's
trade Wednesdays again.
Right. Well, Wednesdays historically are sketchy. You know what I mean? Wednesdays, I've had lately. I've had good luck on Wednesdays, but that's what I think. I think it's good luck. Wednesdays usually suck for me. And so I'm happy with the $20 loss. In all honesty, could have been a bigger gain if I would have rode Kron down, but I'm just happy to have a small loss on the day, not a huge loss, tiny loss, and so. In the grand scheme of things and the amount of daily gains I've been making, $20 loss is small, and so that's fine. I'm just happy to get out for a small loss instead of a big loss. Looking at Kron here, we'll see where this one goes. Kron up to 790s. It's over the VWAP. I don't like it. I want to see it under it. And this is the third test, and so if it's going to get squeezed, now's the time for Kron to get squeezed up. UXIN is forming a very, very obvious flag pattern. Like if you look at the UXIN, you can see this flag here. Kron getting squeezed up. There it goes. We'll see if it tests 8. The next resistance level's at 8 for Kron. I mean, there's a big pullback on NUA down to 1180s. There goes CGC breaking under the lows. Or breaking under that whole dollar of 37.
All right, John. Well, I'm gonna get going, but it was
All
a
right,
good
brother.
attempt.
Yeah. Hey,
I'll be
you
back on TradeNet tomorrow. So
sounds good, brother. You've been killing it, man. Don't worry about it, brother. Don't stress. You got
hey,
this.
another day, man.
Yeah,
Another
for sure.
day.
All right, brother. Have
Keep
a
it
good one,
going.
man.
Take it easy.
Later, brother. All right, Mitch is out. My daily max loss, Mr. Charts, is probably around $50. Is my daily max loss, and so, you the biggest thing is that one thing I think I do really well at is if I have a losing trade, I don't force trades. That's the biggest mistake I made when I was a new trader, is that I would just force trades constantly. I'd force trades. I'd try to win back losses. I would just overtrade. Losing day would happen. I would just keep trading, just try to win back those losses. And something I've gotten really good at is I've accepted my losses. If I take a loss, that's fine. I'm not going to try to force trades, win back my losses, go crazy, take bigger sizing. And you can even see I took one loss this morning, and my second trade I used smaller sizing, right? So if I take a loss, I use smaller sizing, not bigger sizing. You see a lot of traders, they take a loss, they try to win it back, they use twice the sizing they used on that first trade, and that's not how I approach things. I do the opposite. If I take a losing trade, I take smaller sizing on my next trade. And then I have a rule I can only trade twice on the day, and so yeah, I'm essentially done, which is fine. CGC getting squeezed up here. CGC getting squeezed up big here. Appreciate the sub. Appreciate the sub, brother. Appreciate the sub, Ray. Welcome, guys. Appreciate it. And I mean, CGC is right up there for that VWAP test, but I don't like this resistance at 37.25 it has underneath it right here. It'd have to break back under that for me to want to get into it. I think it's following Cron to a certain extent, and Cron just squeezed back up as well. And so don't want to risk that. Let's see if it holds this previous resistance as support now at 37.25. I still got a little bit of hope for Mitch here on NEWA. See if it could come back down to the lows. A little bit of hope. CGC squeezing. Watching NEWA. At this point, the volume's kind of come down some. CGC really wants to get over 37.50. There it goes, trying to break here. What did ZNGA end up doing? ZNGA had a nice little fade there. I'm kind of bummed out I missed that one. Let me catch back up on the chat. DDD. Oh yeah, DDD. DDD is right around the VWAP. Good luck. Good job, Live Gains. Get out of here while you're profitable, brother. Nice work, man. Nice work, dude. Good work today, bro. Yeah, I mean, Mitch is holding it. Mitch is doing the 5-day trade net challenge on his demo account, and so he just kind of went for it on NEWA, and so yeah, I'm sure he's holding it through. He's just holding it. Hopefully, it washes back down today. We'll see though. PSTG just broke underneath the VWAP. Looking for a VWAP fade at this point here. We'll see where that one goes. That's part of the game. Cool, yo. You'll make it back, brother. Don't worry about it. This is something I never understood on trading. Trading less, LES, less. You're talking about Forex, right? What is a pip? Somebody explain to me what a pip is. And because I've never traded Forex, I'm just kind of ignorant of all that stuff. I don't know what a pip is. And so somebody explain to me what a freaking pip is. Have no idea what a pip is. Track Racer, I don't know about the challenge link. I do want to say this though, guys. Today is or tomorrow the TradeNet sale expires, right? So TradeNet is having a sale where you get 20% off a TradeNet package, right? And it expires tomorrow. And so you do get 20% off a TradeNet package, and it does expire tomorrow. And so tomorrow is the last day for you. It's either today or tomorrow is the last day for this package to get 20% off a TradeNet package. I think you can get an intro package for intro package for $399, $400 for an intro package. Here's the link there. If you want to go through the link, we do make a small commission from it. But if you want to help support this channel, check out the link. We appreciate it. Pip is a point. Exactly. See, I'm not the only one. I see the chat. Now see, I'm not the only one that has no idea what a pip is. You know, I watch Forex videos and I see people talking about pips. I made 7,000 pips on this trade. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know, what is a pip, man? Point. So a percentage. So when I hear a point, I think of percentage, and that's just because I'm a real estate agent. You know, 2 points is 2%. So is that what a pip is? A percentage point, you know? Ah. Yeah, I don't know anything about Forex, so I can't say, you know. I know I don't know what a pip is. So it's just a measure of value or a measurement. I understand that. So okay. So yeah, it's just kind of it's the measurement and value in Forex is I think what I'm getting, right? Kind of like cents. So to where like stock equities have cents, like cents per share, Forex has pips, right? And since I guess they would be like increments of cents, right? I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense, Keegan. I got it. Appreciate that, Live Gains. I got it. Yeah. I'm just, like I said, I'm ignorant of Forex. I have no idea what I'm talking about with Forex. Never tried it. The only thing I like about Forex is that you can trade it whenever you want. There's no market hours, right? So I don't have to, you know. But I kind of like the market hour system where I can get ready for the most volatile time in the morning. And I don't know if Forex has stuff like that. Who knows, man? I mean, let's look at NUA, NEWA. I mean, I think Mitch's entry is 11:15, and so or 10:11:30s, and so we'll see if NEWA can do it. All right, appreciate that, Cass. Appreciate that, Keegan. Yeah, for sure, track racer. Yeah, at Tashay, if you want to DM me, just message me on Facebook or Twitter. At Beginner Trades is my handle. At Beginner Trades, Beginner Trades is my Twitter and Facebook handle. So yeah, just message me on there. I'll try to help you. Yeah, one thing I did want to tell people though is that I probably have 10 or 15 traders that are kind of texting me and talking to me, and I really don't mind helping, especially traders like Manny who have shown their massive support. But if I don't get back to you in time, guys, I apologize about that. I really have a lot of traders that are messaging me on a daily basis, and like I offer stuff for free. I help traders for free. I don't charge people anything. I'm not trying to charge people for stuff, and so because of that, I got a lot of traders messaging me, and it's kind of hard to get back with everybody. And so I apologize if you have messaged me and I haven't gotten back to you, or if we've been talking and I just haven't gotten back to your last message. I apologize about that. But like I said, I got a bunch of traders messaging me on a daily basis, and I really don't mind helping. But like I said, I help people for free, and so because of that, I got a lot of people messaging me, and so my point is, I apologize if I haven't gotten back to anybody that has messaged me. I'm not trying to ignore you or anything like that. It's just I got a lot of people contacting me. Oh, it's 10:30. Ooh. I mean, he still got a chance. Don't lose hope, He shouldn't lose hope. He still got a shot. I mean, it's got a huge range on the day, right? The range is on NEWA. The range is from 930s all the way to 1330s, and so $4 range, dropping $2 is okay, I think. Yeah, I think it's possible. Just see if it washes out for the rest of the day. Yeco, YECO. I mean, it looks like a VWAP projection at this point, but I don't know, man. Too suspect. YECO. There's just no volume, and there's volume, but it comes in waves, right? And I don't like that because that means it could get a volume spike could come in, and this thing could just get spiked up. UXIN breaking the high of the day, guys. UXIN testing the high of the day, just broke it, got up to 640, 639. But look at UXIN spiking up here. Check it out. Oh yeah, for sure, Mr. Charts. Yeah, brother. Yeah, I can tell you're a good trader, brother. So yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, so I'm watching UXIN here. Also keeping an eye on DDD here. It bounced up to this VWAP at 21, and I'm looking for it to get rejected, come back down to these lows at 2050 or 2060. That's what I'm looking for with DDD right now. This one moved last week, I believe this one was. It had a big day last week. It's been climbing every single day. There's a nice little VWAP fade. Let me look a little bit longer term. Here's the 10-day chart. Yeah, so it looks like 10 days ago is when DDD really started going crazy. On the 8th. I remember it moving. I just couldn't remember what day it moved. Yeah, so on the 8th. A few weeks ago. ALK, ALK. Yeah, man, I post my results. I usually try to post my P&L, my P&L stats. If you look back on the video I posted this last weekend, it's reviewing my profit and loss from the last 2 weeks. And depending on how I do this week, I'll either put out another one this weekend or next weekend. And so yeah, I go over my profit and loss. I'm not hiding anything. People, I mean, regardless of whether I go over my profit and loss, All my trades are documented. Like I stream my trades live every weekday morning. You can see my account balance fluctuate. You can see my account balance change. You can watch me trade live. And so if you really want to see how I do before then, all you got to do is go back and watch each stream to see how many days I'm profitable, how many days I'm losing. I can just tell you. So Monday and Tuesday were profitable days. Today's a $20 loss. Friday was profitable. I think Thursday I had a losing day. Wednesday was profitable last week. Tuesday didn't trade anything. Monday was profitable. Last week I had 3 out of 4 profitable days. This week I've had 2 profitable days, 1 losing day. The week before that I had 4 profitable days and 1 losing day. And so 4 out of 5 2 weeks ago. Last week 3 out of 4, and this week 2 out of 3 thus far. And so that's kind of my stats for the last few weeks. I've been net profit, Just that VWAP fade, man. It's legit. It's just I got to take advantage of it more. But yeah, look. See, this is what I was talking about with DDD. I was looking for this rejection here. Called this one out. Not a bad move. Watching PSTG for a pullback to this 2550 level. If you look at PSTG here, I wouldn't mind a pullback to this 2550 level and then look for it to come back down to the lows of the previous lows right here at 2485. That gives you a risk of 2581. So 2550 to 2581 would be 31-cent risk right here, and then a potential reward would be down here to 24.86. So that's a 70 something cent reward. So better than 2 to 1 on PSTG. If it bounces up to this 25.50 level is what I'm kind of watching for. Looking for good risk reward. Track Racer said, what you just said about getting back to people is exactly why people like you, bro. You are very real. Don't even waste thoughts anymore about the haters. Haters equal jealousy, bro. Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I started this channel. I think the difference between my channel and a lot of these other channels on YouTube and a lot of these other channels that are posting stuff and selling courses and stuff like that is that, like I want to get rich with my trading. Like I want to get rich trading. I don't want to get rich selling courses or doing anything else. Like I want to get rich trading, and I think that's pretty obvious because I work hard trying to learn trading, and I've persevered, and I've been net profit the last 3 weeks. The last 2 months I've been net profit 6 out of 8 weeks, and so yeah, I'm getting there, man. I just got to keep at it. But appreciate the kind words and support, Track Racer. It means a lot, brother. It's ganked. So with TradeNet and Tefs is the partnering broker with TradeNet. There's no PDT rule because it's CFD trading, and so I can trade as much as I want. All right, so here's that move on PSTG. Like I said, good risk to reward here. If you get in right around 25.44, risk is at this 25.80 level here. Giving you about a 30-cent risk. Reward would be at the low of the day at 24.85 or so. And so that's good risk reward. Gonna watch that one. Right, 100%. Yeah, of course, Excelsior. You can watch my entire trade, bro. Yeah, I show people my entire trade. I don't hide anything, You can watch me get in, you can watch me get out, you can hear my thought process, you can hear why I decided to get in, why I decided to get out, and then I try to go over what I think I did wrong or what I think I did well in the trade. Yeah, the only thing I disagree, I've actually seen a lot of his videos, Mr. Charts, about Anton Creel. The only thing I disagree with him on is that he's a big proponent of why technical analysis doesn't work and why short-term trading doesn't work, and why from his mindset, he kind of has the same mentality as what's his name, the founder of Thinkorswim, right? The founder of Thinkorswim and Anton Creel both have in common the fact that they don't think day trading is profitable. They don't think you can actually be a profitable day trader. They think the market is completely random, and the only way to profit from it is to basically long-term swing trade or invest, right? They take long-term trades based off fundamentals, and I just disagree with that. So I've had all these profitable weeks in a row. It's very obvious when a setup or a strategy has an edge in day trading, right? And you can't pretend the VWAP fade doesn't have an edge. If you calculate the risk and reward and you learn how to trade it, it's very obvious that it has an edge. And I back tested the VWAP fade, and it had about a 73% accuracy rate in the last year. And so 73 is really good accuracy rate, and it's a profitable strategy regardless of what anybody wants to say. You know what I mean? But I do think, like, I used to watch what is it, man? What's the documentary that Anton Creel had about the fresh, brand new people where he teaches them to trade? I think it's Millionaire Traders. No, I can't think of what it is, but he's got a good documentary out on it. But yeah, I mean, I agree with the 90% failure rate as well, Ashton. I think that, I think it may be more than that, And I touched on it earlier. I think the reason most traders fail like that is because they don't persevere through it. Like trading, like I said, trading can be extremely soul crushing, right? It can just kill your soul, if that makes sense. Like, it's really tough, man. And, especially when you have all these hopes and dreams in trading, and then when you start trading and you're a new trader and you jump in and you just take massive losses, it hurts so much. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of traders give up at that point. They don't actually persevere through it. A lot of traders lose money in the beginning, and at a certain point they just lose so much money that they give up. Right? But trading's something that it's just like any other career trade, no pun intended. It takes time to learn. You're not going to jump in a month and be profitable. You're just not. And I mean, I guess there's outliers. Some people are going to be able to do that. But for a large majority of people, you're not going to jump in and be profitable. It's going to be something that you're going to have to work at and learn and understand the subtle nuances of trading to a higher level. You know what I mean? And then you can be profitable if you follow, if you back test your strategies, if you look for good risk to reward, if you find your niche. You got to do a lot of different things to be a profitable trader, right? And so I think that's why a majority of traders fail, is they just give up too soon, Exactly, man. Honestly, Mr. Charts, a lot of people have come and go in this stream, and I don't think it's anything that they dislike me or they dislike the stream. I think they just give up trading. I see a lot of people come that I don't see anymore, and I think it's like I said, it's trading can be really tough. It's really easy to just say, look, I'm just not going to waste any more money doing this. And that's fine. I understand that mindset as well. Like I said, when I first started trading, I probably lost $3,000 within a few months. And I completely stopped trading for like 8 or 9 months. Like, if you look at my oldest YouTube videos, there's a big gap. I started in 2016 and then I stopped, and I didn't start trading again until August of last year. So I took like a 9-month break, but something kept pulling me back. I love trading. I was really passionate about it. Something kept telling me, like, you got this, like, you can do this, you can learn this, you can be profitable. And so I just kind of came back and started slowly working my way back up there. And, now I feel like I'm finally at that turning point where, I'm net profit. I found a strategy with an edge, and now it's just about scaling up. I just got to scale up the sizing. I found a legitimate setup with a legitimate edge, and now I just got to scale up my account to take larger gains out of the market, I appreciate the sub, Carbon. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate the sub, Lazar. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, man. I think he had a kid, Dog. I haven't seen him in a while. He used to be an everyday, viewer here. But yeah, I think he had a kid. And that makes sense, man. Kids are tough. Babies are tough. Infants are tough, is what I should say. Infants are really tough, and you don't get a lot of sleep. They wake up every night. You know, it's tough, man. It's tough to trade. It's tough to keep a schedule if you have an infant, you know. Yeah, you have been here a while, Outsiders. You're one of the OGs for sure, man. You, Tiny, Cool Yo's been here for a while. You, Tiny, NYC, she's been here for a while as well, you know. Exactly, Seven. You got to find your own setup. That's why I always tell people, do not copy my trades. You know, you can copy my strategy, but don't try to copy my trades. You're never going to build your base. You have to build a base. You know, you have to be able to do it completely independent of any other trader. You know, you have to build your base. Appreciate the sub, Coloradite. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate the sub, Raphael. Welcome, guys. Yeah, guys, for everybody who just joined, I'm probably done for the day. I'm probably not going to jump into anything else. Small loss on the day. I'm actually happy with the $20 loss. I'm just trying to keep my losses small, keep my winners big. Still up net profit on the week. Just trying to keep going here. Losing days are going to happen. You know, last week I had 3 profitable days, 1 losing day. The week before I had 4 profitable days, 1 losing day. And so I've kind of been keeping it to 1 loss or 1 losing day a week, and that's fine. You know, I'm happy with that, you know. And when you know, I'm actually proud of myself that I'm happy with this loss. Like, I'm happy with the $20 loss. It's fine because it's small, and I know tomorrow's a brand new day. You know, I'm still up net profit in the last month, and so I'm still good. Just got to keep at it. Hey, Rayleigh, what's up? Yeah, Rayleigh, man, I haven't seen you in a while. What's up? How you been? Hope you're doing well, you know. Rayleigh, I'm finally starting to build some consistent profits. The last 2 months have been net profit months. You know, last 3 weeks have been, you know, on point here, you know. So I'm finally starting to do it, Rayleigh. Happy to see you here. Good to see you. Yeah, Power Zone too. I appreciate the sub, Excelsior. What's up, brother? Appreciate it. I'm watching PSTG here. PSTG looks decent, and oh man, I missed PSTG here. I said if it bounced up to 2540s, I would like it. It's just a good risk reward at this point, but until it gets over 2550, it's gonna have that risk there, and so that may be an entry as well. 2550. What is that? 20 cents for a 70-cent reward. Not bad. Not too shabby. But I have a rule that I strictly follow. I can only trade twice during the day, and so I'm not jumping in anything else. We'll see how I do tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now, fellas. Could you just share what your profit is for the last 2 months? I'll do you something better, man. Give me a second. Real quick though, before I share my profits and stuff, today's news and today's scans and stocks were brought to you by SnapTrade. It's an awesome free website for you to take advantage of. It's a really cool website to organize your watch list. You can see I organize my watch list here each morning, and if you want my watch list shared to you each morning, earlier in the morning than my stream, sign up to SnapTrade. It's 100% free, and leave me your username or email that you signed up with in the chat, and I'll add you to the list and share it with you each morning. Really awesome website. Shows you technical signals, market cap, volume change percentage, and this is a really smart meter that they added here. Volume change percentage takes the predicted volume for the day and analyzes it with the stock's average volume, and so it tells you how much above average volume this stock is. And so, for instance, if I look at SSC today, it's 208% better than its usual volume. And so really awesome tool. So you can see if a stock is having a volume spike early in the market day. So really cool feature that they added. It also has all these pre-selected scans like high gainer volatile stocks, high gainer penny stocks, upcoming earnings. You can also go to each stock specific page. And so for instance, if I want to go to PSTG, or keys, I can just click this. It has a price alert section. I can set alerts. It tells me when earnings came out, the top news, historical prices, compares it with the overall market. And so a really awesome free website for you to check out. Again, that's snaptrade.us, snaptrade.us. Go check them out. I'll post the link in the description or in the chat box. And yeah, let's go over my stats for the last month, brother. I'll show you my stats. And what I'm really looking at, guys, is there's the link to SnapTrade. Go check them out. what I'm really looking at for the last few months is my gross profit. My net profit doesn't matter to me as much. My net profit doesn't matter to me as much as my gross profit, right? Because my gross profit, I've been using smaller sizing, and so my gross profit's the most important thing, right? So if I look at just August trading, right? This is August trading so far. Still up net on the last 2 months, but if I look at gross profit, 1, 2, let's see how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 total trades, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of 18 profitable trades. Let me look at that percentage real quick. $11 out of 18 is a 61%. 61% accuracy, but I've gotten much better in the last few weeks. Like if I look at the last 3 weeks, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Like if I look at the last 3 weeks here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 profitable, or 12 trades total. 7 out of 12 were profitable. So 7 out of 12 in the last 3 weeks. And that gives me that's only 60% accuracy. But regardless, last 2 weeks have been on point. Let's look at the last 2 weeks. Okay, so it's about a 60% accuracy rate. This last week here from 8/13 to 8/17, let's just go week by week. 75% accuracy this week, or last week was 75% accuracy. The week before, and when I say I had 75 and 80% accuracy, I'm talking about profitable days versus losing days, not total overall trades. And then the week before was a profitable week as well. I'm just trying to look this up. So yeah, my accuracy rate per trade is about 60%, which is still fine, but it's gotten much better. But my profitable days to losing days during the week is, last week it was 3 out of 4. The week before that was 4 out of 5. And so that's the one I'm really, I'm looking at. But yeah, about 65% accuracy on average, which is great. That's fine with trading. It may not seem like much, but that's actually good trades. But yeah, that's my P&L. Okay, got it, Mike. I got it, brother. All right, Track Racer. Gross profit is before commissions. Net profit is after commissions. But since I'm using small sizing, the most important one is gross profit. Like that's the one I really look at. But yeah, like I said, I'll add you to the list. Add to Shay. You can either post your your email or username in the chat, or you can send it to me on Facebook or Twitter at Beginner Trades. But yeah, what I'm really judging it by, and if you go back and watch the stream, it's how many profitable days of the week versus losing days, right? And so last week, if you go back and watch the stream, it's all documented. I had 4 out of 5, or no, last week I had 3 out of 4 profitable days. The week before that, I had 4 out of 5. And regardless, I'm still up net profit on the week, and my gross profit is much better than that. Like if you look at all of this, like last week, gross profit was, and this is with 100 share lots, $50. So that's 50 cents a share on average. 50 cents a share. 50 cents a share gains on this week, right? And so, for instance, if I would have used 1,000 shares, that would have been a $500 gain last week. The week before that, let's look at. The week before that would be a $23 gain, $23.80, so about 23 cents a share on the week. Let's see the week before that. I know I had a bad losing week in between here. 7:30 to 8:03. This one might be the bad one. Yeah, this was the bad week, which is fine, But the point is that that week is 1 out of 2 of the losing weeks I've had in the last 2 months. But yeah, I'm getting better, and that's the thing that I'm watching for. Here's DDD testing the VWAP again here. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. But yeah, guys, I just try to be transparent. That's why I show you guys this stuff, is because I just try to be as transparent as possible so you guys can really see my journey. But if you go back and watch all the streams, you'll see I've been doing much better. And I'm just trying to get there. I'm just trying to slowly scale up my sizing. Each week I'm learning something different about why the setups work, what works the best, and stuff like that. And so I'm getting there. All right, Callum, have a good day, brother. Nice, Keegan. Congrats, brother. Yeah, no worries, man. Happy to see you do well, brother. But yeah, I'm out, guys. I'm gonna close the stream down. I'll let it run a little bit too long today, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Yeah, but good luck for the rest of the day, guys. $20 loss on today's not too shabby. Oh yeah, let's look at this the past week, or the last few days of this week. Let's see what my accuracy rate, like per trade, on a per trade basis is. So it's the 20th. Through the 22nd. Try to do the 23rd. Yeah, so far this week I've been doing pretty well here. You know, I have about a 66% accuracy, up about 38.50 net on the week. And so I'm still up net profit this week. 2 out of 3 profitable trades, so not too shabby there. Yeah, Manny, I'm going to give you a call today, brother. I'm going to give you a call, man. Nice, Corey. Congrats, brother. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hey, if y'all want to do me a favor and help support this channel, click the like button right now on this video. I really appreciate it if you do, and it does help support it. So click the like button if you have time. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I day trade live on stream every weekday morning starting at 8:45 a.m. market time. Stream until about 10:15, 10:30. Let it go a little bit longer today. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you all tomorrow morning, same time as always. And yeah, guys, have a good day. Oh, also, really quick before everybody leaves, today is the last day you can sign up for, or I think today, it's either today or tomorrow is the last day in TradeNet's sale. They do have a sale going on. There you go, Frank. They do have a sale going on that gets you 20% off a TradeNet package, and so I think an intro package, instead of $500, it's $400, and so go check that out, guys. There's the link. Good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you all tomorrow morning, same time as always. Oh, also, go check out Mitch's channel. I'll post Mitch's channel in here. If you want to subscribe to Mitch's channel, really talented, good traders, had 10 profitable days in a row. I'll post his link here as well, so you can go check out his channel. Appreciate Kabindra. Appreciate the sub. Welcome. There's Mitch's channel. Go check his out as well if you want to check it out. And yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you all tomorrow.